Hello everyone, well welcome you to this week's webinar, How to Add 20 More Yards to Your Drive. We're brought to you by Medicus KickX Golf, and we're here at the beautiful Tiffany Greens Golf Club in Kansas City, Missouri, which is where I'm based out of. We're in our indoor training facility. We also, of course, have our golf course and outdoor facility, but this is where we do a lot of the technical work. If any of you have any questions, if you'll look to the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see a bar over there, and there will be a chat window. So if you have a question, you can type your question in there. I will move closer to the screen, read the question. I'm also going to share with you a couple of screenshots today showing the differences of what I'm going to talk about and how to add that 20 yards. So in previous webinars, we've talked about the driver, how to add more speed. What I'm going to show you today is if your speed doesn't increase, you can still add 20 yards. So the big deal with the driver is with an iron, we consistently are trying to strike downward on the golf ball. Because a driver is built, and I'll stand back a little bit, because a driver is designed to set like this, that means that we don't have a lot of forward shaft lean at impact. What we have is a left arm and club shaft in line from the left shoulder down with the ball location forward. Up by your left hand part of your clavicle joint where your shoulder meets up here. So when I strike that ball, which in this case would be my low point, right after that the club head is going to start rising. Now, some players get the ball too far back, they get their hands too far forward, that actually de-lofts the club, and it points the face to the right. So let me give you a little view of how that looks. Now I'm going to use this little tool. So let's say I'm one of those players, I've got the ball up, I come out and I have my hands way forward. Now you can see the angle of this little white stick. All right, so this ball would come out fairly low, it would have a high rate of spin. What I would like to do is get there with it all in line. Now I think you can see the big difference in the stick, how far up it is here for your launch angle versus where it is right there. Now again, if a player plays the ball too far back and you're trying to hit up on it, you'd have to go this way and try to throw your hands at it to hit up. If you play the ball forward and make your move and allow this to get in line, now what's going to happen is your trajectory would actually be up more instead of down more. So let's say hypothetically you're swinging at 100 miles an hour. And I'm going to show you the difference in carry and your total distance with a driver that's swinging 3 degrees up at impact versus 3 degrees down. So let me go over here and I will share my screen with you. So hang on 1 second. All right, I'm going to go over and share the screen. And here we go. All right, so the first screen you see right here, and this is called Trajectory Drive, and it's by Dave Tuttleman. You can find this over at his site at Tuttleman.com or TuttlemanGolf.com. But if you look right here, at 100 miles an hour, hitting up 3 degrees, your launch angle, which is right over here, is 12.3 with a spin rate of 29.15. Your carry distance is 239. Okay? So now if I go to the other screen, this is the same shot, just different. And this one, actually, let me go back and find the other one because I'm going to find the other screen now. And go screen share again. That was 3 degrees up. This one will be 3 degrees down. And from here, I think you can see. Let me get that one out of the way. Move this one over. So now you see that the club head speed is still 100 miles an hour. But I'm hitting 3 degrees downward. So my launch angle now is 16.3 compared to 12.3. My spin rates are about the same, but my carry distance is 214 versus 239. So there is actually 25 yards difference right there just by swinging up with the driver a little bit instead of swinging down with the driver. All right, now I'm going to go back and take my screen share off. So I think you can see by changing just a couple of parameters, you can add 20, 25 yards to your drive and not even change your swing speed. So again, the first thing is going to be ball location. So I'm going to move this ball back here so hopefully you guys can see it. So I want to put the impact part of that golf ball right on this bone right here at my shoulder. So when I'm swinging down and I'm coming in the ball, that this lines up to give me my optimum trajectory. So this is going to hit upward slightly because I'm going to hit the contact with the ball, and then right after that my club is going up. If I have the ball too far back and I make the very same move, now my hands are too far forward. That's going to flatten it, the trajectory. It's going to point the face to the right a little bit too much. It's going to take loft off. So this shot will come out flatter and it will have a much higher spin. So remember, you really don't have to change much. Change your ball location, move it more forward to give you a chance to hit upward. And if you think about a ramp, in an iron shot, we're trying to swing on a slope that looks like this. We're trying to swing down this direction. With a driver, because of the ball position being up here, it's a feeling of here and then post-impact moving up. You don't want to be swinging up from back here because you'll wind up hitting the ground way behind the golf ball. So add 20 yards, that's a quick way to do it. I'm going to check and see if there's any questions on here, and then I will answer them. Let me get up here and look. Okay, so we have a question from Dale, and it says, the first move down to ensure you get to the left side. Any drills would help. Okay, Dale, so how are you going to ensure you get to the left side? Well, if you're a right-handed player, once you're at the top of the backswing, okay, it's initiated from the ground up. So you're going to take pressure and move pressure up to your forward foot, forward knee. Forward foot, forward knee. Now, some people may feel like they push off with their right leg. The people that do that have a tendency to get hung back a little bit this way, but it may work for you. You can also set up a chair. You can set up a alignment stick about 1 inch outside your hip. Go to the top of the backswing. Now push forward into that alignment stick. And you want to feel that from the ground up, not from the hip itself, but from the ground up going there. If you do this in front of a mirror, what you will find is that if this is done correctly and you get to the top of the backswing, as you start down, you can see that you can watch my left knee as it starts traveling back to the left because I'm putting pressure into my left foot. That's also moving my hip, so I could do this. See, I'm holding my back still, but I need to make sure I get the pressure here. And once here, I'm going to start moving upward. I'm going to start pushing upward with this leg. So I'm going to change, and I'll do it from this side. I'm going to change my belt angle, so if I'm up here and I start down, my belt gets pretty level in here. Now, the backside may be still a little bit high, but coming into impact, I am moving, because I'm pushing upward into the ground, you'll see that my belt angle is actually moving in a steeper plane now. It was steeper on the backswing, it comes back to level, and now it's steeper coming through the shot. So I hope that helps. Let me see if we have any more questions. I don't see any more questions here. So let me just scroll down here and see. I don't see anything there. Okay. Well, I think that about answers all of our questions for today. I hope that helped. Just remember, you want to feel like you're swinging on an uphill lie when you're hitting a driver. anything on a tee, and on a downhill lie when you're hitting the ball off the turf. Until next week, we'll see you all again.